Kingsbury to kick off for Baltimore.
Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football as here we go on a Thanksgiving night. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Roethlisberger will hand to Connor. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches.
And less than a yard.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. He'll try and run for it with Connor. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 32. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had the chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 28. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 30-yard line.
Thirty-yard line, 2nd and 12.
Here we go.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. Screen pass to Connor. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down. Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. Do you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
At the 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the gun, a give to Connor. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Ravens' 10-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Connor. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
And 6.
Ready? Black 20. 50. Mike 48. Mike 48. You got nothing. Black return.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Carry for Baltimore.
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
With the score, Steelers 3, Ravens 0.
Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Jackson going to tuck it down on the option. The quick feet by Jackson. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down.
1st down, Baltimore.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Partner, you know, when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development?
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. but it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, we had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks of weaving through traffic, and now he's free. He's at the 30, past the 20, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster. An even 90 yards. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip.
That's the score. Steelers 10, Ravens nothing.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
Buying time to his left. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And he is finally out of bounds, just shy of the 5, all the way down at the 6. A big play that time for the Ravens. 44 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson scoring on the keeper from 6 yards out. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. Well, Lamar Jackson remembers 7 rushing touchdowns in his MVP season of 2019, and he's into the end zone here as well.
And when you hear that 7 rushing touchdowns in 2019, doesn't it surprise you a little bit?
Yeah, you almost expect more, right?
Yeah, in your mind, you're thinking Lamar Jackson got in the end zone a bunch more. That might be what he does in 2020.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's Connor. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
That's good for a Pittsburgh Steelers.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. The tackle made by the corner, Jimmy Smith.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Go.
2nd and 5 now. Roethlisberger. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Here's Roethlisberger. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On fourth down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Now Jackson on first down, being chased out left. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 34. Steps away to his left. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by the all-pro safety, Minka Fitzpatrick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 for a Steeler touchdown. Minka Fitzpatrick, thinking back to last year, had a pick-6 for the Steelers shortly after coming over from Miami, and he steps up with another one here. Boswell good with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
25-yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the pick-6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick-6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro safety, Minka Fitzpatrick. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
The 17-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 17, Roethlisberger. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And down he'll go at the 25.
The end of the first.
So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator.
Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. good positioning, and it's picked off. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. But that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
That is caught at the 7. And they are able to... stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
Steelers. First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Black 20. Check 48. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you. 48. 48 Mike. 48 Mike. Here we go.
They'll try to run it. This is Connor. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
This is obviously a critical sequence for this defense if they want to stay in this game. Down 2 scores already. They give up a touchdown here. That'll make things really difficult for their offense moving forward.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal.
Not to that. Hey, look, 48. Hey, we got Mike for 48 right now. Let's go.
They'll look to run with Connor. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being...
And this time he is in.
Yes.
James Conner with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Makes the score Steelers 24, Ravens 7.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and it finally kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. It's worth noting when you talk about Jackson's running ability, the Baltimore wide receivers had just over 1,400 receiving yards combined last year. And, Charles, that was the fewest yards by a wide receiver group in the NFL since 2011.
And, partner, I expect that number to go up this year. Last season, Lamar Jackson got very comfortable with his tight end group. In fact, he had one tight end that went to the Pro Bowl. But I think now, because of his ability to run the ball, it'll bring defenders closer to the line of scrimmage, and you'll see more big plays from the wide receivers downfield.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 37-yard line. Jackson will throw again. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
On on second down, a run to Dobbins. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They snap it at one. Now it's Jackson. Dancing to his left. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming fourth down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. That's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Tucker's kick is good, and that will close the gap down to 14. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front seven? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
To James Conner.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On second down, it's Conner. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41.
41. A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 5.
We are headed to the 4th here on Thanksgiving night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Steelers on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Ebron caught left side. And he will have a Steelers first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7. First target, first catch, and a first down.
At the 48-yard line.
Here's Conner. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Yannick Ngakoue in on the stop.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 2nd and 9, Roethlisberger. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 41-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. They run with Connor. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Roethlisberger. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
The tackle made by...
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Monte Nicholson picks it past the 10 to the 11-yard line. And that's where the return stops.
Their own 11-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Back to the air, Jackson following the pick 6. Oh, it's a screen pass. It's complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
2nd and 4 at the 31.
Jackson from the shotgun. That's taken in by Duvernay. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
From the gun, Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
1st down, Baltimore.
Flushed out right. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score.
An option handoff here to Dobbins.
And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down. Jackson forced out to his left. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the Steelers' 35-yard line.
To throw is Jackson. And now here is another interception. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Chuck Clark.
He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Taken down back at the 12-yard line. Tonight's final score.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it was their